being stupid. Okay. 1 second. I'm just putting a thing in the chat. Talking about Keith O Sylvan. Okay. I'm gonna pin the message. Bam. Alright. So, some of you, if anyone sees this video, then, alright. Some of you probably know who Keith O Sylvan is. He was this guy on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. He like posted pictures and videos of like trains and buses and shit. You know, I'm not like someone who really follows like those type of people. No, there's nothing wrong with it if you're into that. Like, do you? It's just not my cup of tea. So yeah, anyway, it would make sense why I found out about this like 2 days ago. Yeah. So anyway, no, it was 3 days, but still not, it was not a lot. Like, so Keith O Sylvan is, from what I remember, most people who see this not even gonna know it, but I actually went to school with him. I've known him since 9th grade. Yeah, 9th grade, and or at least I think it's 9th. Yeah, definitely. So this video I'm making is a little video called, or not, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but it's to expose Keith. And some of you are probably thinking, but longest Dickinson Johnson Silvers, he was already exposed for multiple things like lying, cheating, or you know what? He was exposed for lying, stealing, abusing, and having sex with a minor, along with other things like peeling off stickers of like off of a bus and then sticking something onto a train before it, like, you know. Anyway, those things were already talked about by millions of people. It's fucked up, and yeah, it's just excuse me. Yeah, it's all fucked up. But if you want to watch videos of people breaking down what he's done, because they clearly know more about it than I do. This is just something I'm talking about that they probably wouldn't know about. This is just to show that, like, obviously Keith, he grew up a pretty big, or not really big, but, you know, he grew a decent fan base. Not like a noticeable one, like not like anything trending or whatever. But, you know, he had some respect here and there. So some people were probably surprised that he would do something like that. You know, especially the sleeping with a minor thing. The minor was 14, by the way. And then apparently there was another one that was 17 some other time. Ow. Fuck. Anyway. Yeah, that's like, you know, even I was surprised when I found out about it. Especially since I never even like thought or heard of Keith in like a while. Like, I've never, okay, in school, which is most like, that's the time I would like, most likely, like, know about him or talk to him. Because, sometimes we were in the same classroom or whatever. So, yeah. But to be honest, I'd actually barely ever spoken to Keith. I've always seen him around, like, the school, the hallways and shit. He was, like, I don't know. We weren't friends, but we weren't enemies either, you know? And by the way, this is before, anything, all those controversies, like, this is before all of that. Just to let you know. So, yeah, me and him we were neutral, you know? We've exchanged words here and there. Like, I barely knew him. We barely knew each other, so. But yeah, I just want to talk, because what I want to do is talk about what he was like before those controversies happened. Because he was 19 when those things happened, that everyone knows about him nowadays. But I just want to talk about stuff that happened a while ago that most people would not know about unless you went to school with him or whatever. I just wanted to point it out because, and I know there's going to be people that are going to be like, oh, you're so late. There's been shit happening for like almost a year probably. And look, I don't give a fuck, alright? I don't care, alright? Look, for all I know, he's probably like not even getting as much backlash as he should be, or as much, bad attention. So it's like whatever. Plus, this, it's good to like, bring up stuff that most people probably wouldn't know about. Let me turn these lights on. So yeah, anyway, Keith, when we were in the same school for 9th grade all the way to 12th, so that was back in about around 2016, I think. Yeah. So I graduated high school in 2020. So yeah, that was 2016. So, yeah, I'm just going to talk about what he was like from what I saw. I wasn't around him more than like other people or anything. So it's like, I wouldn't know as much as other people. I just want to give what I know about him. So he, like, at first glance, he seems like a fairly nice stand-up dude. Like, he wasn't always, like, he's not like a loud, like, person, or at least not always. But the thing is with the most times I've seen him were either in the hallway, in study hall, quote unquote study hall, which is basically like this free period, like in between certain classes, which is basically a break. He's usually, and whenever a class has that, in my school we'd go to like the library. So he's usually in the library, and he's sometimes like skipping out of class, and he's like taking coins and like separating them, like pennies and nickel and etc. So that's one thing. He's like, and he also hangs out with like the teachers a lot of the times as well. Like he'll sometimes he'll just be in like a counselor's office or the principal, and he'll just like talk about random stuff as if so nonchalantly, as if there's not like a class he's supposed to be in or something. So yeah, that's one thing. So he cuts classes that he doesn't like going to sometimes. So that's one thing. Another thing is that sometimes he's just super oblivious to certain things. And it's been pretty much confirmed that he's not just like, he seems to be like this with pretty much anyone. Like from what I've heard, like I saw this one video of a girl, she made like a 23-minute video exposing Keith and stuff he's done. Like when she was talking to him, he said like he's done something, excuse me, he's done something wrong. And she was asking him like, what'd you do, or why are you doing this? And and he would always respond in a way where it's like, it seems like he's trying to like avoid the question, or trying to avoid any further conflict. Like, no, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And or he just stare like as if the other person pressing him is doing something wrong. And like you've seen in that, whoever's seen that video that blew up on like Twitter or wherever it blew up, the way you saw the way he was like staring at that dude, he would always do that in school if there was someone like annoying him or something. So it's like, it's not like he was like out of character or anything. He was yeah. Anyway, another thing I wanted to point out. There's this other kid. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know how he would feel, or I just said he, but whatever. Whatever. I'm not going to say his name. So, there's this kid. And I'm not saying this to be like disrespectful or anything. Like, I have no problem with him. I never did. He clearly had like some mental like issues and stuff. It's possible he had autism or something similar. Like, I'm not a professional like psychiatrist or whatever the fuck term, but you could tell like he wasn't like he had some mental issues. That's just how he is. So when he first came to the school, which was also 9th grade, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 9th grade. As time went by, he would do things where he would react a certain way to things where you wouldn't expect it. Like if someone is like arguing with someone on the other side of the room, he'll like walk over and he like tell them to stop or whatever, or I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes, or if someone's like annoying him or something, he'll like get up and he'll like run into them, and then he'll just go back to his seat as if nothing happened. But like I said, he has some, like he had some mental issues. So it's like, people shouldn't get mad at him, really. Like he can't help it sometimes. That's just how it was, So occasionally he would do things to Keith, actually more often to him than almost anyone else. You know, so what Keith would do sometimes as time went on, like, he would just grow like even more hatred towards this person. And eventually, like, if Jared, fuck, god damn it, whatever I said, whatever. So if he like annoyed Keith, like if he like ran over to him or some shit, Keith would either yell at him back, or he would actually like hit him on the arm, or he would hit him in some way. I remember some times where he would do that, and it's, you know, it's just, you know, I wasn't like as much of, I wasn't as talkative back then, so it's like I wish I could have like said something to Keith, because it's like, it's not like, you know, like it's kind of, it's fucked up to watch, you know. I remember the very last time I ever saw Keith and Jared, I fucking said his name again. The last time I saw Keith and this other person, like, in public or at the school, or at least I think it's the last time. I remember Keith and this person were in the same room, the library. It was like a study hall or whatever, and Keith was like giving a monologue about this person. He was like talking about him throughout the whole school year, basically saying why he hates him. And I remember him saying something like, "I hate you. You are a bad person. You've done this to me. You've done that to me. You suck." It's like, wow, like Jesus. Looking back on it, I really should have said something more to him, but yeah, it's what it, like, it happened. It's really it's like a villain arc. Really, it's like Keith was this person that seemed like a decent person, you know. He seemed all right, you know, but over time he just seemed like more and more of like a shitty, manipulative person. Like the way he would like act around his friends compared to certain people, such as, you know, yeah, exactly, Conrad. He was a bozo. But yeah, like, and it's just like seeing how he was then compared to the newer stuff now. It's like, it's fucked up. It's a villain arc, literally, from the part where he came to school. Like, I had no problem with him, and then to the point where like every year he just progressively got worse in everyone's eyes, pretty much. And then and then the new controversies about him recently. That's just the nail in the fucking coffin, you know. You know, so if anyone is seeing this, and if anyone is like surprised about what Keith is like, or what Keith has done in the past, I can understand why you would be surprised, especially if you didn't know him. But yeah, he was pretty much always a shitty person, to be honest. I just never noticed it as much as when I was younger, or I didn't care as much because it didn't involve me in any way. But it was just, as an outsider looking in, just, it's messed up. You know? Like, I always knew over time, I always knew he's just, like, to me, he would just become more and more of a piece of shit. But I never, even then, I still wouldn't have expected him to do the things that he's done, such as, having sex with a minor, or, any of that shit. I'm still surprised. Because, like, I always thought he was like a rude person over time, and like he would do these messed up things, but I thought he would at least have the common sense to, not do that shit. So yeah. And if anyone's watching this, and if you want like proof or whatever, like that I actually went to school with him, I mean, you could look up, I went to TCS Legacy High School with him. You could look up on like the TCS website if it's still up. You could probably find like a picture of me and him in the same picture or something, or I don't know. Or you could check out my YouTube, where I posted a video of me in 9th grade playing with three other people. One of them was my good friend Adam Kamel, and the other person I mentioned before, who Keith said he like hated and everything. Like I was playing Sorry with them, the board game, and in that video at 11:02, which is the timestamp, which is 11 minutes 2 seconds in, around that time Keith is in that video. And that's, like I said, that video was recorded in 9th grade. I forgot what I titled it, but my YouTube is Sin Amen. It's capital SIN, capital AMEN. That's my YouTube. Yeah, just in case any of you want to see it or whatever, like it's there. There's proof. I even pinned a comment saying, I even pointed it out, So yeah, in case anyone was surprised about how Keith ended up, like, I can understand how you're surprised. Even I am. But yeah, Keith is pretty much always a piece of shit at the end of the day. Or at least from my experience. That's how he, like I said, I don't know him as much as other people. I only knew him in school. So, you could probably reach out to other people that may or may not know him. If you're curious, they could probably tell you more about him. And yeah, I just want to put this out here, like, just in case. So, I just want people to know about what he's like and how long he's been the way he has. I'm not saying, you know what, never mind. I've pretty much said all I needed to. Yeah, I'm gonna end this. Whoever watched this, thanks for watching. Fuck off.